Good morning and welcome to Mindset Mastery Monday. My name is Tanja and it is my pleasure to come and hang out with you here live on Facebook and Instagram. These Mindset Mastery Monday sessions are really dedicated to you. Make myself available as a peak performance coach. G'day Lloyd, straight off the back, good on you. To provide any aids to your cues, anything that you're dealing with, particularly if you are in real estate and property. Simon Cryer's here. G'day. Good morning, Kate. You always win the prize for first cab off the rank. Good morning, Marcus. Hey, how's the surf going, my friend? So very excited. If I haven't met you before, I've met everyone on so far, but if you join and you're listening to the record, by the way, if you're watching this live, please type in live. If you're watching the record, type in record for me so I know when we're connecting. If I haven't met you before, g'day. I hope that you are great. I hope that you're having a ripper financial year if you're in business and that you're happy. And if you're not, or if you know that there's more potential that you could fulfill, then this is the right place for you to be. So Mindset Mastery Monday is dedicated to free peak performance coaching so you can just get access to living an awesome life. Why? I believe that you deserve to be happy and deeply fulfilled. I do believe that real estate provides a pathway to fulfill on that because there's no limit to your earning potential whilst you positively change people's lives. So let's get into it. What are you currently dealing with? What are your challenges, issues, or concerns? What's on your mind? Where are you stopping yourself? Where are you sabotaging yourself? Kate, by the way, I want to acknowledge you. Good morning, Tanj. Thanks, Marcus. I asked you how the surf was, my friend. Have you been surfing? Kate, I want to acknowledge you live here on Insta and Facebook because I've been coaching you and you are an implementation queen. This is what really is critical if you want to achieve success. Don't just get the information, implement the information. And Kate, I gave her some coaching on getting into live Facebook and Instagram videos using a great app called INSHOT. You can create a video with the address for an open for inspection, your Insta handle and mobile within minutes, and it looks really professional because your clients don't want polished and perfect. They want real and raw and instant. So Kate, thumbs up, my love. Congratulations to you for implementing the coaching and getting some videos out there this weekend. Hi, Rebecca. Great to have you here. So listen, this is an open mic Monday. What are you currently dealing with? What are your issues, challenges, and concerns? Write them in, and I'm going to rapid fire some best A's to your Q's. And before you start that process, or just start thinking about, because this is all free for you, okay? I want you to win your game. What are you dealing with? Whether it be your mindset, your body, your strategies, procrastination, conflict resolution, a challenging relationship, anything personally, professionally that you'd be willing to share, just write your comments here on Facebook and just write your comments live on Insta. As you're thinking about those questions, here's what I invite you to consider. We typically have between 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. 90% of those thoughts are exactly the same thoughts that we had the day before, and 80% of those thoughts are negative. So can you imagine 60 to 90,000 thoughts going on a day? They're pretty much the same crap we thought about the day before, and most of them are negative. Most of them don't have us produce breakthroughs in our life. It's quite a challenge. Exquisite Chauffeurs is here. It's Open Mic Monday. Write your question and I'll provide my best answer for you. So there's a lot of noise going on in our mind. And here's my invitation for you as you're thinking about or preparing your question for me to answer today. The thing with our mind, it's like a hose, a garden hose. It's on full ball in the garden, watering the fence, the neighbor's car, the neighbor's washing, the letterbox, the house, the dog, the concrete, the weeds, everything. It's going off. This is what our mind is like. And really, to be quite masterful of our mind, you need to know your mind is like an out of control garden hose. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Yeah, my mind is like a garden hose at times. Let me know if you relate to that. Now, the secret is to hone the hose. Really just hone the hose. In my meditation this morning, I only did 10 minutes, but you know, my mind was just wandering off. That's what happens. If you think meditation, hi, Holly Byrne, great to have you here. If you think meditation is only for those that, monks that are going to sit on a mound of saffron rice and, and have these amazing feelings of enlightenment, yes, awesome. And yes, then it's also for us. Meditation is just the ability to detach from thought, create some space from these 60,000 to 90,000 thoughts we have a day. So I'm noticing in my meditation, my mind is wandering off, and meditation is the art of awareness, knowing where your mind is going, catching it and bringing it back to your breath and making space. And the longer you can do that for, the more space you'll have in your head. But it's normal. If you've tried meditating and you're not getting anywhere with it and you get frustrated because your mind's busy, that's normal. Consistency is key. Downloaded INSHOT Timer, great meditation app. Hey, good. Thank you, Lloyd. There are so many apps. Marcus. Okay, cool. Marcus has got a question. I'm going to answer that shortly, Marcus. Stick around. I want to finish what I'm saying about Hone the Hose. G'day, Chris Cotton. Great to have you here. It's Open Mic Monday. Peak performance coaching for free. What are you dealing with? Let's provide some A's. So Hone the Hose. Get some awareness about all the crazy thoughts. And so that's step one. Step two, notice where your attention's going. Typically, 98% of humanity, their mind is focusing on the weeds, weeding their unconscious beliefs that are limiting, negative, bring you down and don't make you fly. So when we have a mind that's all over the place and we hone the hose, typically our thoughts are going to the areas we don't want, on the things that you don't desire. You need to start watering the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, and we need to plant seeds that are going to grow fruit for you. G'day, Stephen Bailey. Good morning. Open Mic Monday. Ask me any question. I'm coming to you shortly, Marcus. Please, if you get anything out of this session, start to be aware of your thoughts. Start to notice whether they're empowering or disempowering. Stop watering the weeds, the negative thoughts of yourself, your life, you others in the world, and start to plant conscious seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind and water them. What is that a metaphor for? Start to think positive thoughts about you, your money, your business, your life, your relationships, your health, your wealth. Start to tell yourself good stuff and water that and notice what happens. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, please let me know. Marcus, in the challenging market, what are things I can do as a lead agent in the office to help 3 other agents in our office that are struggling? Thank God for you, Marcus. Bloody great question. I don't know why I'm getting all crazy accent on you, but Marcus has asked the first question. Fist bump to Marcus. First thing is clarity. For those principals or leaders that have got other agents and you're the lead agent and you've got to keep them motivated and inspired to take action, Marcus, and everyone else watching, you need, and you've heard it all before, so this is going to be confirmation probably of what you already know. But great leaders have fewer messages and repeat them often, okay? Great leaders, Marcus, have fewer messages but repeat them often because consistency is key. In this changing and challenging market, your mind is going to go to 2 places. Typically, your circle of concern is where we go. This is everything outside of your control, focused on the weather, the market, buyers calling, banks tightening up lending, Royal Commission, the election, competitors, disruption, AI. It's a lot of noise. And I ask these questions every single training or coaching that I do. And Marcus and everyone else, here's what's happening. Here's what I want you to do, Marcus. Get your whiteboard in your office, draw a circle of concern, draw a circle on the whiteboard, write concern, and ask all of your agents to just share with you what's on their mind. What are they concerned about? Step 1, mind map it. Okay, my clients that are watching this, you know we've done this together. By the way, can you just give me a thumbs up if the reception on Facebook is good? Because we've had some issues and now I'm using my hotspot on my phone until we get this sorted out permanently. So just give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear and see me well. So get them to unpack their concern. Then Marcus, ask them, guys, how much of your time do you spend thinking, worrying, stressing, talking, bitching, whinging about this stuff? And get them to assess it in a percentage. And what happens is you start to get a disassociated relationship with what's on your mind, and you start to get awareness of how much time you spend thinking, worrying, stressing, concerned, bitching, thanks guys, about if you can't goal. Then you can ask them, what are the impacts of you thinking about all of this stuff? And they will say, it brings me down, it demotivates me, it makes me stressed and worried, and I'm questioning myself. Yeah. Then you ask them, can you do anything about this? No. Well, so there you go, instantly. Now, here's the percentage. The average percentage when I do this exercise is 50%. Most agents, most principals tend to be more, up to 80%, because they've got the lead agents and the business and break even to worry about. Most of them, if you go, what could you do with that 50% of time? Well, you can bring it over in your circle of influence. And Marcus, this is where you want to bring your people. If you're understanding this so far, Marcus, write me a comment so I know you're connecting. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here. Grant Mullen, hello, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. So you want to shift people's focus from their concern, because this will leave you disempowered. This will have you in a victim mentality. This will have you hardwired to focus on the stuff you cannot control. And we've got great reasons, excuses, and justifications why we're not performing. Marcus, your role as a leader is to make your people unreasonable, shift their focus in the areas they can influence. So then you do another circle and you write the word influence, and you ask your team, your 3 agents, to mind map, what can you influence? Can you influence your state, the way you show up? Can you influence your prospecting? Can you influence the clarity of your vision and values and your client experience? Can you influence the amount of drops that you do and calls that you make? Can you influence the quality of your open for inspections? 100 gazillion %. Does this make sense, Marcus? So you got to shift your focus of your team onto the areas of influence. A. B, you want to get crystal clear. And I think we have about 11 weeks to go for the end of the financial year. You want to get them focused on what's your game. What do you want to take home and why? What's at stake? Get them present to what they want to home, what have debt they've got to pay off. Do they have a house they want to buy or renovate? Do they want to take the family, on a holiday? Do they want to upgrade their car? Like, why? And what we tend to do is we have big, hairy, audacious goals and we don't focus on the little chunks. Marcus, your job as their leader is to bring them back to the daily actions that they need to do. Make sure you've got a reverse engineered strategy, all focused on their circle of influence, to get them clear about what they can do. And then hold them accountable. Hold them accountable, because when you hold people accountable, they're more likely to fulfill. True, Stephen? I know you know that to be true. So does that make sense, Marcus? Yep, doing that. Tina Harvey joined. G'day, Tina. G'day, Rebecca. Lloyd, if you were, okay, I'll come back to Lloyd's question. So Marcus, can you let me know if that makes sense, buddy? And if that was useful. Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca. Now, Lloyd's got a question. G'day, Lloyd, my friend. How are you? As you were a name, what 3 things would you do differently? I love this question. The whole reason I'm a peak performance coach in real estate is because I was a vendor that got crap service. Here's what I would do. This may sound weird, but I'm a little weird. I'd rather be weird and successful than cool and broke. Okay, that's the truth. If you can still hear me okay on Facebook, please give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this live on Insta or Facebook, type in a live or a record if you're watching the record. And I'd love to get a question. Even if you're a client of mine, there's a few on Facebook that I coach. Make the most of this live coaching. It's free, right? I want to give you great content. Lloyd, here's what I would do. I would create this definition that I am like the mayor of my patch. I'm the custodian of the land. And it is my job to keep those 1,500 or 2,500, however many properties I nurture, to keep them deeply informed of the market, the community, the environment. So if and when they're ready to make a decision, I am top of mind and tip of tongue. I am providing weekly, beautiful content around what's happening in the market, around the average days on market, around our success stories. I would be out there interviewing with the camera every single week, local businesses, shining light on our local heroes and communities to be the top, key person of influence. And I would just be out there being highly relational emotional and not transactional. I would be crystal clear on my vision, on my values, on my why. I would know exactly how much my break even needs to be. I would do a strong skill. I know you said 3, but I'm just going to rapid fire if that's okay. How do you stand out in a crowd? You let people know you're there. Don't be the world's best kept secret, my friends. Don't be afraid to make noise. You know, Kate Ashton took some coaching last week. I talked to her about INSHOT. If you want to get yourself on video, go to INSHOT. You film your video on your iPhone, you dump it into InShot, you can change the color of the background, you can put text, emojis, addresses, phone numbers, you can put music in. It takes minutes. True, Kate? How was your experience? Type it in, Kate. I'd love to know. So have a definition. You're the mayor of the town. Don't be the world's best kept secret. According to CoreLogic RP data, Lloyd, what vendors and buyers want are 2 things: trust and transparency. How do you establish trust? Consistency. Consistently provide valuable content to the market. Even if there's nothing necessarily new to say, you can say, hey, you know, Lloyd here from Lloyd Real Estate, and you know, no real changes in the market this week. It's consistent. You know, we're finding the average dwelling that people are interested in is 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double lock-up garage. Average unit price in our area of the Mornington Peninsula is X. You know, but here are the questions we're being asked, and here's what, you know, here's how the budget's impacting, and here's, like, just give them information, which means you've got to put in the time to study your market, to study real estate, and get over yourself around getting out on video. So I would become the mayor of my territory. I would be out there with a camera every week in businesses and schools and community groups and organizations, building relationships and connecting. And I would be adding value every week, and I would be out there being relational, making as many calls as possible. And it's not just about trying to get a listing and trying to make commission, because people can smell that, as Tom Ferry says, commission breath. They just, you know, you want to connect with them, and if it's a no for now. Then you just ask them, you know, would you like to be informed of the information, so when it is time for you to make a decision, you're well informed? Yeah. So does that make sense, Lloyd? Did you get something out of that? What did you get? Let me know. Yes, sounds good. Concern to influence. Marcus, I promise you, it is a game changer, my friend. You do that one exercise, you do it on the whiteboard rather than just dialogue. People have a disassociated relationship, which means they see it out of their head. They go, oh, okay. You do the time percentage, get them to focus there, get them to write down 3 things they're going to do, hold them accountable. It is where breakthroughs occur. Kate Ashton, Fee Usher driving now, so I can't type. Have InShot. It's going to be so used so much. Great. Very cool, Tanja. Awesome advice. Thank you. Finish driving now so I can type. Great. Yes, I do not want you texting and driving, Kate. Let us know how you went with your InShot. All right, great. Marcus, stay in touch with me. I'd love to know how that goes. 11 weeks, home in at the granular level, get clear. Yes, here's the thing that happens. We start out a new calendar year or a new financial year, and we do these big goals. I'm going to make 500,000 or 1 million or 250 or 100, whatever yours is. We get the big goal, but then we don't reverse engineer it down to, well, how much do I need to make in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter? What do I need to do? What are the monthly milestones I should achieve? And then what are the weekly actions? And then the daily. And if you can bring your big goal down to daily rituals, and all you need to do is show up and do what your day says, do what's in your ideal week, and know if you just do that day after day after day after day, you are more likely to hit the target that you've set, rather than set a target, get scared about the gap between where you and it are, and not do anything. Does that make sense? And this is what I love to do as a coach, help people get clear on what they desire and reverse engineer it down to the daily. And here's what we've got to do though. You got to make the small sexy, because we want instant gratification, instant results, instant validation. Like we just want it all now or yesterday. That's not going to happen. Real estate is a counterintuitive environment. You're going to get told no and knocked back on a daily basis if you're out there doing your job. Never collapse failure with I'm a failure. Never collapse no with you're not good enough, but do the daily and make the small sexy. Get interested in every single prospecting call. Put yourself in your vendor's shoes. If you're there just going, shit, I've got to do 2 hours of prospecting power and you're just a machine, people will feel that. If every call you make, you get present to, I'm about to ring another human being out in my community that I'm the mayor of, and I'm the custodian of this land, and I'm going to take care of it. It may sound a bit far off, but I promise you, if you come from that place, people will feel where you're coming from. So break it down into the daily, make the small sexy, and get comfortable with being boring and doing the same thing. Repetition is the mother of success. Consistency is the mother of success, because you get to train your brain that you can consistently show up and do what it takes to produce great results. So really, really important to do that. All right. Trying to reconnect. Hey, welcome back, Facebook. Rebecca, thanks, T. We'll watch later. Just took away a wee couple of tools. You're welcome. That's the whole intention. We recently did a video asking people what they wanted to see. That way you ensure what you produce is relevant and interesting. Great, James. So what was the result? What were people writing back with? Because that's a really good tip. So James is asking their community, what do you want to know about? Don't forget, when you're doing your weekly market updates, to end it with a community announcement. Jump on your Shire's website or your local council's website. There's an event page on there. By the way, piggyback yourself onto these events. Like, you really want to make sure that, you're the caboose that jumps on a train that's already going somewhere. So don't be afraid to piggyback on the events. End your videos with a community announcement, letting them know, hey, Red Hill Primary School has got their big school fair on. Look forward to seeing you there. What was we'll doing this morning. So Marcus is saying he's going to do it this morning in the office training. Boom, Marcus, please write to me. Call me. You've got my number. Let me know how it goes. I'm really keen. Kate Ashton is saying the response to the video is multiplied by 10 of still posts on social. So there you go. We have Kate Ashton, who gave us some coaching to get the INSHOT app. She went straight away, immediate implementation. And this is where most of us get stuck, my friends. We're too busy being cool, and cool will keep you broke. Or cool will have you make decisions based on your ego, which will have you in debt, living beyond your means. Just be a little wobbly and successful, right? And Kate, you weren't even wobbly. You were a natural. InShot, video, information, get it out there. People don't want polished and perfect. They want real and raw and accessible. You keep doing more of those. This is why Mark and Lisa Novak and Novak Properties in Sydney are killing it from a business perspective, because they just pump out content. They even go to the property when they've got the gardeners and the for sale sign going up and going, hey, we're getting this home ready, come and check it out. Behind the scenes, behind the scenes, behind the scenes. So Kate has said 10 times more response to a video than just a post. Yes, I think the statistic last time I heard was like 87%. 87% of people will be looking at videos, and like it's going to go to more 98%. So we're very keen to hear how you go. So we've got a little bit more time. What are you dealing with? I'd love your questions. What are you stressed about? What's keeping you up at night? And, don't be afraid to type it in, because you know what? If you're the brave heart that types something in, or a question about your team or yourself, whether it's personal or professional, you could be the lighthouse for other people that are watching. Kate said, just try it and be real, learning so much, and been doing FaceTime to vendors after inspections. Yes, Kate, thanks for sharing that too. Take your vendors inside the experience. So if you've got an OFI and there's lots of groups there, take a little snapshot of all the shoes at the front door and send it to them. Go, check this out. And then, give them a little video update. I did a training for the Dexar group in the Blue Mountains, and Sam, one of the team members there, showed me a series of videos that he would just share with his vendor. Just share videos of updates, and then eventually after, 8 videos, the vendor was typing back, the vendor starts doing little videos back. Right, this is 2019. This is the way people want to communicate now. So it's a lovely touch. CoreLogic RP Data's research shows that from when a vendor signs an authority to when they sell the house, their confidence in their agent of choice drops by 97%. One of the best ways that you can stay sticky with your client is those highly emotional times, like releasing the property on all the platforms and the first OFI, the contract negotiation. When you